Hi-ho, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And BlueDragonFive.
And it's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to meet the Muppets on the Muppet Show tonight. That's right, it's ABC's modern meta take on the Muppets, and tonight we're talking about episode 13, entitled Got Silk.
So, Tiki, why don't we get things started?
On the most sensational,
celebrational,
Muppetational, this is what we call
the Muppet Show
Again. All right, that was much better than the last time we attempted to do that intro. Oh my god. How the hell are you, BlueDragonFive?
I'm well.
All right, you're much better than this show.
Well, this episode. At least.
Oh boy, folks.
Yeah.
This one's a doozy.
It is. It is.
Oh man, would you go as far as to say this is like your least favorite of the season?
It's in the running, Tiki. It's definitely the most disappointing, but it's.
That's what I was saying.
It's
yeah.
most disappointing, but I don't know. Worse, I have to re-examine what some of the really bad ones have been. But this one, I mean, this one has a few good gags in it, but.
Let me just put on record, I love everything they do with Deadly. I mean, as always, come on, he's awesome. I also think Pepe kind of has a few really good comedic bits.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like elements like Pepe, Deadly, and there's another. There was another thing too, but I'm just trying to.
Boba's pretty good.
Well, of course, but also I think there's a really great emotional beat with Kermit the Frog we'll get into, but aside from that, really it's kind of weak. It's a really weak sauce episode.
Especially compared to the last episode. Yeah. I mean, the last episode wasn't even like that great, but it had a great cliffhanger.
Do we rant about that now or in the episode?
You know what? Let's just rant about it now because I feel like it's kind of like the hot topic of the whole episode. So let's just jump off with it. Okay. So before we get into the actual episode, folks, let's talk about the thing that was not in the episode.
So, folks, you'll probably read many other videos, and apparently we weren't the only ones that felt this way, Tiki. Thankfully, not surprisingly, apparently, I believe Animat also felt.
Yeah, Animat was very disappointed as well.
I didn't watch the thing. I saw the description in which it kind of mentioned that very disappointed at the. Basically, here's the thing, folks. Our awesome cliffhanger, our emotional cliffhanger, our surprise cliffhanger. I mean, I gotta say, in retrospect, judging from this episode, I was a little too hard on the other episode, even though I still wasn't thrilled with the whole tail satire. I liked the satire, but I didn't like the pan. It didn't pan out well.
Which is understandable. It's subjective. Points for subjectivity, Stephen.
Certainly, but point is, re-examining, I found some good things. Of course, the biggest good thing in that whole thing, you catch on the first watch, is the ending where Gonzo, he's gotten over the roadblock of his life that was Camilla leaving him, because she feared commitment because she was chicken. Ha 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 ha. She returns in a dramatic fashion, and he has had this really fantastic moment where Gonzo just has this moment of Camilla, and then just Camilla just goes. And again, the most ridiculous exchange you've ever heard and ever seen, but it plays. You hear volumes. Volumes are communicated in what is seen and what is communicated in that scene between a chicken and a whatever.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And it's astoundingly beautiful, and you're on the edge of your seat wondering, oh my god, what are they going to do next? We have a show where continuity is actually possible for the Muppets. And we're at the next episode, and we're just expecting, what's the next thing to be? And unfortunately, they just glazed over. Now, I suspect something.
No, they didn't just glaze over it. They pretended it didn't happen.
Now, Tiki, I have a theory for why that is.
I also have a theory. I think it's the same theory. You think these episodes were aired out of sequence?
Yes.
I very much think that's the case. I actually commented on Adorkable Rachel's video that I thought that was the case.
Man, she's the best, isn't she?
Oh yeah, of course. But no, I think that's definitely something to consider here because this episode carries over so many things from the return episode. It carries over Pache, carries over Gloria Stefan. So I'm glad to see Gloria Stefan back. Yeah, like I said, there's good things about the episode, but it's just odd. It's just like, why would they I don't know, maybe this episode wasn't edited together as much as last week's episode was. Maybe that was it. Maybe production-wise, they just had to push it ahead. It just seems very odd. It's a very odd choice to have, like, just genuinely a huge cliffhanger in terms of Muppet fandom with the reunion of Gonzo and Camilla. And going from that to, I think it would be one thing if you didn't see Pepe, Rizzo, and Gonzo throughout the episode, like if they were just absent, you know what I mean? And this was like, oh, meanwhile, as the Camilla stuff's going on, this is going on.
But of course, the exact same set of characters are just completely. It reads as if they're not responding to the situation. I'll just kind of get brushed under the rug because it's the three of them.
That's exactly what bothers me.
So you know what? Here's a fear though. Here's a fear of another theory of what might happen. If it's not just completely out of sequence, it could be they splice together things, or they splice together things really wrong. In that terms of they had their episode Tiki where it's. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, it makes even less sense. Sorry, I was going to say, for a moment, I don't know why, so forgive me, folks. Just for a moment, I thought that was kind of our initial coming back episode for a moment, because I would think they need the whole introduction of Apache, but because the last episode that makes absolutely no sense. So yeah, it was just completely out of sequence. That's the only explanation. Otherwise, just completely a stupid move on their part.
I think that explanation actually makes a lot of sense, and it must have been just from a strictly production point of view. Like there was something that was keeping this episode this week from actually physically airing last week. Like I said, maybe some last minute editing hiccups or something like that.
And it does happen in TV shows. I mean, again, Supergirl had this, but it was because of some recent events in Paris that their episodes were switched around.
That's understandable.
But I mean, there are other occurrences of this happening. So, like an old-time Batman animated series that we'll see, there's something called a production order, and there's something called basically it's the order in which it's aired and the order in which it's produced. The productions order is what's on Wikipedia and what's on the DVD sets, and that's basically the intended order of like, okay, they made in this order, but they aired in sometimes a wacky order or intentional order. In Batman animated series cases, it was basically what was popular with the movies was what aired first. So
I heard Star Wars: The Clone Wars was horrible in this regard.
Which one, the CG or the?
The CG one.
Well, it's remember the CG didn't come out around the time of the movie. It came out.
It came out after the movies.
Well, I mean, it came out after the third one, but that was like it was like 2000. I want to say 7 or 8. That's when that came out.
2008, I want to say.
I want to say 8, and that the Revenge of the Sith was in 2000.
2005.
5. Thank you.
Same year as Batman Begins.
Of course. Okay, but back to this point. My point is, like, sometimes they will just air things either for like kind of a marketing reason or just like a random reason of like, yeah, okay, we'll throw them up there just because we want these characters showcased. That could have been the reason for this, or it was just it was a fluke.
All right. Well, regardless, I think it's just kind of like a big issue that looms over the rest of the episode, but I don't think we need to talk about it much more. I think.
But it really, basically, this episode still has problems, but that was just yet another big kind of looming thing over it. Like, oh man, that's really just. That's like a twisting the knife,
It's kind of like the Becky thing, except on a much larger scale, and it's something we care about a lot more than Becky, so it's way more bothersome.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, let's just dive into the episode if we can go through it as quickly as possible, because it's late.
Okay, right. we got Fozzie and New Zealand trying out a game for the audience, and they have Bobo, our beloved character here. Bobo, he wanders in to kind of help. He kind of gets into the role of an audience member who is essentially he gets really method into it. Props to Bobo here. He's excellent. He's like a girl with a boyfriend named Phil, and they're basically in an unbalanced relationship. Basically, he has all the power. They're having kind of some I wouldn't say commitment issues, but I'm not going to get into their whole imaginary relationship dynamic. But the point is, Bobo's committing. We got to praise him for that. Anyway, so he basically gets a song lyric related question wrong, and per the game's rules, much to New Zealand's chagrin, but he says, yeah, it's a living. He does what he's told. He throws a fish at Bobo because he got it wrong.
Some good New Zealand stuff.
I'm New Zealand, and there's a lot of boomerang fish. I throw them, and they come back to me. Anyway, so Piggy wants to be included because this is a bit of continuity thing. Again, really out of sync episode, but they're still delivering some continuity. That since the show has become more focused on all the kind of our classic Muppet Show aspects, all the different acts, not all just center around Piggy talking to a guest. You have some skits and some gags and stuff featuring the other Muppet characters. She's finding that she's less and less in the spotlight, and it's not so much like a typical jealousy thing of like I'm not in the spotlight. It's more like, well, I don't have anything to do. What am I going to do in my off time? So she's noticing in this hilarious cutaway, hilarious talking head. She mentions that I just noticed something. I mean, I'm in the show less. And props to the performance by Miss Piggy. Again, they're really kind of I'll give the revamp points on this is that since they've kind of the retooling with our Galvan producer, they have. They've really the subtleties of the performance are really coming through with Piggy. I mean, she's improved vastly as a character. She has the really subtle twinges here and there. It really kind of wow me. Like this little she says that a funny line is like such a realistic looking around she plays very human. I love that.
Yeah, it's definitely an improvement because Piggy was surprisingly one of the weaker links in the first half of the season.
Links.
Yes. Like a pig.
Like pigs in a blanket. Yes, but you're right. She was definitely because she was the regular kind of pseudo antagonist of the season until they fixed her now.
Which is not what you want Piggy to be, BlueDragonFive. Miss Piggy is way too beloved to be an antagonist.
Absolutely.
All right.
So let's see. So Deadly, she says, "Okay, well, I got stuff to do." Basically, she's told she's not needed till I guess 3 o'clock by Bobo. And you got some hours to kill. We'll let you know then. And she's basically, "Oh yeah, sure, I have stuff to do with my famous friends. Oh sure, Beyond, you do it. Give me a little something here."
Oh, Beyonce's in town. Oh, go call Beyonce right now.
Oh, thanks. I should mention.
She's my old personal friend. I've got her on speed dial.
All of that thanks to Uncle Deadly, by the way, jumping in for the save, I should mention. Oh, yeah. Uncle Deadly, as always, he's the most thrilling part of this series, and he deserves his own spinoff should a bad fate befall this show. Seriously, networks, please, let's get Deadly a spinoff. Forget Mork and Mindy, think Deadly and Gloria. Or forget the Odd Couple. Here's your new Odd Couple spinoff.
Yep.
One's an Argentinian penguin, the other one's Uncle Deadly.
There was actually a Facebook promo for this episode where it was just Uncle Deadly and Gloria Stefan, and Uncle Deadly was like, "Yes, Gloria Stefan, I will go to Ross and order us a couple tall ones. Don't worry, Gloria Stefan."
It's adorable. Okay, let's see. So Deadly pretty much he brought the Beyonce thing to help her save face, and he actually asked. Again, I love the rapport. I love we have hints of kind of what a resolution is here between Deadly. I mean, Deadly and Piggy's dynamic was really strong in this episode. I did like it, where he's mentioning, "Well, do you want me to actually get her on the phone?" And says, "Oh no." I love this. This is one of my favorites too. I love how she just kind of. It's so real world Hollywood. She mentions, Beyonce, she got too many agents and et cetera, et cetera. She got all this stuff going on. Yeah. Anyway, so Deadly suggests you want to contact some of your less famous friends, and then Piggy realized essentially that.
Deadly, is what you're telling me is that I have no friends?
And then there's this great cutaway to Uncle Deadly where he says, "A large part of the job is to distract Piggy from looking too deeply into the abyss of her own loneliness. Usually bringing up snacks works. Usually I bring up snacks." I love how happy-go-lucky he goes.
Let me go get some chocolate-covered pretzels.
Some chocolate covered. I love the emphasis on any kind of chocolate or candy-based thing from Uncle Deadly is always a surefire.
Covered pretzels, Piggy. They're not just regular pretzels. They are chocolate-covered.
Seriously, oh my god. It's like Orson Welles when he's advertising a food product. Just
not just any chocolate, Piggy. This is dark chocolate.
1 pump of caramel. One leisurely
pump, boy.
Leisurely drenched
We could just do a whole podcast just quoting Uncle Deadly.
Oh, I love Uncle Deadly so much. Okay, anyway, but I guess the point here, after the chocolate pretzels, Trash and Piggy says, "Oh, good idea. Grab a bag over there. We're gonna find me a friend. Huzzah!"
Huzzah!
And you just get this worry of, oh boy. And we get an abrupt opening. So again, it seems like they, oh my, for a moment there, I'm just thinking to myself, if the abrupt opening, if it's the Camilla scene might have opened it and they cut it out for some reason because there was supposed to be a longer episode.
Oh, weird.
I don't know. I'm just trying to make sense of that.
I hope not. I hope that's not the case.
But seriously, what do you? The only reason you get like an abrupt opening like that is that they have additional story, additional episode to get through. But again, in the case, it seems like it doesn't seem like an overly packed episode full of story. It just reads as like
no, it doesn't at all.
wacky big story, in fact.
Yeah.
Anyway, so speaking of big story, here's some actually kind of compelling stuff going on here. So I'm picking up where we left off.
Yeah, Kermit's calling Denise, leaving a message.
Yep, and I love this communicator through one of our beloved characters here, Kermit the Frog. He's uncomfortable as we all feel leaving a message for someone. No one likes leaving a message for anyone. I can attest. I think everyone can attest. I would like to think that.
Well, this isn't just someone though. This is his girlfriend who's taking a break. I mean, that's one of the most uncomfortable situations you can be in, right?
Just ask David Schwimmer.
Oh God. Oh wow.
Yeah. No, but seriously, I never cared for that break. Come and get me, America. I never cared for that break.
How dare you, BlueDragonFive? How dare you?
I'm pretty safe. I at least have half of America behind me because they didn't like the break either.
I was devoted to Ross and Rachel getting back together for like 7 years. How dare you take that away from me?
I was with Paul Rudd and Phoebe.
Oh God, Paul Rudd and Phoebe was actually a really good one too.
Paul Rudd's always good. Okay, anyway, off the Paul Rudd love fest because we have Ant-Man for that. Back to this.
Oh God. Yes.
Okay. So Kermit's feeling comfortable. He's left a message for Denise. He reveals that he hasn't really spoken to Denise since they took their break, and he says, "Well, space is good. Space is good." And
any thinking on Denise's part, I'm sure, is temporary.
Then
that didn't come out right.
Meanwhile, Pache, I looked at it again. I don't know where I got Panache from, but I still want to think it's Panache. I don't know where I saw Panache. I could have sworn, I want to say his last name is Pache Panache.
And I still think that Panache is spelled Pasta.
Okay. Sorry, it's still pretty funny. I like that. Okay. Anyway, so pizza, Pache.
Oh, like Little Caesars.
So Pache, spelled pizza, enters, and he's just instantly sitting on Kermit's desk. And what did you think of his performance here, Tiki?
I'm mixed on it. Like, I definitely don't think it's as bad as Animat was making it out to be in his video.
He didn't like it?
No, he was he hated the character.
Did he like him in the beginning? Did you like him from the beginning, or just not this episode?
I don't think so. I just think he doesn't like him because he's just such a big jerk, which is, to me, that's the point of his character, and that's kind of why his character's fun. So
I'm mixed on him too because of those reasons. Because I love how he embodies kind of what this show's going up against. I love that. I love what he embodies, and I love kind of the conception of his character. But the first performance he gave because it's the introduction, but now he's starting to sink in a little bit. I mean, here it just seems like he's too douchey.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's the thing. I mean, it's like what's happening, and you're gonna see this later in episodes.
That's kind of the point of the character, but at the same time, it's just hard to get behind him.
It's like I can't tell if it's him doing such a good job or he's getting us to think this way. But I gotta tell you, Tiki, I'm not crazy about feeling this way about a character being this contentious with Kermit the Frog. I mean, it's usually rooting for Kermit, but you know why I'm really not crazy about it? It's that it's a bringing out an ugly side in Kermit, which I'm not crazy about.
It is a little bit, yeah.
It's like we get a thing of Kermit that usually in small doses works really well. When you have kind of it was like we got a bit of it with the Josh Groban with the Yeah, it was Josh. Is it Josh Groban? Or
Yeah, Josh Groban. Yeah.
I want to make sure I got the first name. I don't know why I'm blanking on the first. Oh yeah, Josh Groban. Point like the ending of the Josh Groban thing, where Kermit has kind of like a Bugs Bunny esque kind of like a kind of a Looney Tunes cartoon character. It's like bye. He's just over waving like I tricked you sort of thing, like kind of the cat and mouse type thing, like the pursuer of that thing. You have a bit of that going on here, but it's a little too excessive. Like Kermit the Frog giving him kind of mean comments back, so to speak. Well, I mean, tongue in cheek, like. He's giving him like not sarcastic, but you know what I mean. He's giving him like, "Hey, I don't like you either, buddy."
Yeah, that's true. I mean, to me, that kind of represents the documentary feel of this show. You know what I mean? Where it's kind of a little more off the cusp and a little more like this is what the Muppets act like in real life.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's just that's the thing. I can't really say it's bad. It's just really different. I gotta get used to it, I guess. But I mean, I got a feeling we're not gonna be able to get used to it for long. We'll save that for the end. So, Kermit, so basically Apache enters and he's taking over territory, sitting on Kermit's desk. He's not Fran Drescher. You don't get to do that. He sits.
Hey, Snoop Froggy Frog, here's what we gonna do. We're gonna make hella cheddar by doing sponsored content, yo.
You know, I think that's just right off the bat kind of, again, it's Pache exemplifying what the Muppets are trying to avoid, which is great, but at the same time, it's really not. We have to deal with the fact that's really not good. It's not supposed to be good, but it's just really, it still kind of sucks though.
Kermit's just like, where's the joke? You can't make fun of the product.
You know, he's like basically forced branding content. You know, the gluten-free frozen yogurt made with living acting cultures from Pinkberry.
While we're on the subject, BlueDragonFive, I just want to mention that you can get amazing deals on audiobooks from Audible.com.
Yes, Tiki. I actually would love to plug for a moment some of the exemplary material from Audible.com. I'm not joking here, folks. At a Comic-Con a few years ago, to show you how wonderful this product is, I did buy many CDs of many comic stories that are kind of.
We're really doing this right now.
Well, I don't know about you.
We're not even sponsored by Audible.com. We could technically get in trouble for this.
Oh, never mind. I went to Comic-Con, and from a booth that I'm not going to name, I received these awesome CDs. They're basically kind of like audiobooks, not of a graphic novel of any kind, but they're audiobooks. That basically read a Batman story, and it was really good. And it also had a few others of like a Batman No Man's Land that were read to me, and seemed like a really kind of a radio-esque experience. They're really nice, and I recommend them, but I can't really say the product's name, so folks good luck finding it. Okay.
You get the point, though. You get the point. I mean, lots of podcasts kind of do that. They like try and work stuff like Audible.com into a conversation. I thought that was a well-timed joke, BlueDragonFive. We should pat ourselves on the back for that one. All right. Anyways.
Okay. So back to the phony sponsorship. So this.
I listened to way too many podcasts because I did that way too well.
Yes, well, Hollywood Babylon, they do those things. And Ralph,
right,
that's where I'm kind of getting it from, because he just plugs the thing.
Oh God! All right.
Anyways, so seriously, this gluten-free frozen yogurt made with live and active cultures from Pinkberry, which, by the way, Pinkberry doesn't get enough credit in my opinion. Basically, they want them to work that into the show, and the writers, Kermit tells them the writers would never go for it. And again, if they can't make fun of the product either, they got nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So again, there's a lot of contention between these two, and he reminds, I'll remind you that we're equals, you know, versus Kermit saying, well, you know, I actually run the show, and we have no idea what your role actually is. And he fires back with you, I've been in the network president's hot tub.
which I thought was a genuinely funny line.
And then, Kermit's trying. I love Kermit's explanation though, like, you know, I get in there too, but I have too many bad family stories about frogs and about the frogs in warm water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Meanwhile, Piggy wants to make friends before 3 o'clock, so she can prove a point of some kind to Bobo and everyone, I guess.
My days are too free, Deadly.
Yep. So she wants to make friends, and she wants to make them fast, non-famous friends.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So,
Deadly mentions that he's doing a reverse gender version of Clueless.
which I can't tell you how hard I was laughing at that. He mentions, no, I'm getting the sense that he's doing these productions based on movies and not plays. Is Knocked Up based on a play?
No, Clueless.
I know Clueless, but I mean, no, and he mentions Knocked Up though.
Oh, he
Knocked
mentioned
Up.
Knocked Up? Oh, I didn't catch that.
Here's the line. The line is, Deadly is putting on a production of Clueless at a local black box theater. We reversed the genders, which made Knocked Up quite a problem. Made it a
Dear
challenge.
God, yes, that would make Knocked Up a
So
problem.
I gotta wonder if that's the movie.
Knocked Up is totally original.
So it's a movie.
Yeah, it's a Judd Apatow comedy. Yeah.
Right. So Clueless. Remind me, Clueless. Is that based on a play or is that just purely the movie?
If anything, it might be one of those weird like teen comedies that was kind of based around a Shakespeare play or something like that. But I have to look into it.
I want to say I could be wrong here. I could be thinking of Clue, but
no, it's not Clue.
No, I know
Clue
it's
is the board game and the murder mystery.
Well, I know that, but I mean, just remind me, is Clueless the one with Alicia Silverstone?
I think so.
Because I want to say Uncle
yes.
Deadly later on. He'll be let's just say in a scene with Alicia Silverstone, not the actress, but something pretty close to that.
Okay.
Okay, but moving on. So I just love getting a little sense of what Deadly does outside. You know, he's basically putting on production of Clueless.
But low.
But you know, the really low turnout, and he actually subtly invites Miss Piggy. He says, "Well, you know, you'd be welcome to come." I love Uncle Deadly. He's basically blatantly communicating. You know, I'm friendly towards you already. Might as well, you know, come to the thing.
Sure.
And oh my god, I love Uncle Deadly so much. I could just go on a love rant of Uncle Deadly, just to fill in for the disappointment rant about Camilla. I could go on a love rant of Uncle Deadly, but I'm going to refrain for that. Anyway, so Janice walks in, and Piggy asks Janice how she manages to make all her friends, and one of the things she mentions is that she does an
aerial contortionists.
Yes, aerial contortion class she has on Tuesdays, and it's Tuesday today, dearie, or something.
Also, like really quickly, I like her whole line about how many friends she has. She's like, "Well, there's the people at my candle ceremony. There's the people that are helping me build the liquor man. There's the liquor man. Oh God, not the bees!"
Oh God. Okay, anyway.
Couldn't help it.
Okay, anyway. So basically, well, it's Tuesday today. Oh, we better get going. He just grabs Piggy, and then they're off. And then you get this wonderful bit where we get a surprise appearance from one of our new beloved characters, our best team up ever. Just Uncle Deadly says,
"I'm gonna try and get this whole thing as a thumbnail if I can."
So Uncle Deadly says to Gloria Stefan, who I love, by the way, just kind of an homage to their relationship. He's in kind of the ice bucket for like a giant wine bottle. Well, Gloria Stefan, not Gloria Stefan, but Gloria Stefan.
Yeah, we've been over this.
Says, looks like we have the evening to ourselves, or the day to ourselves, and he says, Deadly, come on! So now they're being dragged along.
I love how Gloria Stefan is like so startled when Piggy goes, "Oh!"
Oh, Gloria Stefan, you wonderful thing, you. Okay, meanwhile, we're in the writer's room, and they're having an argument about lunch.
Island-themed lunch.
Yes, I wonder if you have anything to comment on this, Tiki.
Oh, God. I've had hamburgers with pineapple. I like it. I mean, I understand if you're not into it, though. It's kind of one of those sweet, savory things. You know what I mean? I kind of like the sweet with the savory combo. I think it works.
Basically, the argument is stemming from
you have to have like teriyaki sauce on it and not like ketchup and mustard. You know, you have to have it kind of depends on what sauce you have on the burger too. But
okay.
Anyways.
So basically, what's going on here? They're in an argument, basically kind of like a forced place for lunch. That they're just picking a place that they don't really want to eat at, but it's just kind of like it's convenient, it's close, for time constraints, I guess. Mm-hmm. And the point is, they serve these burgers that are pineapple stained burgers. And they're arguing about Gonzo makes the valid point. Oh, come on, Rizzo, you're a rat. You eat garbage. He says, well, not with pineapple on it. Pache walks in. Basically extends a lunch offer to these guys, saying, "Oh man, there's like pineapple stains on the burgers. You can't eat there."
Yo, you can't get that juice off, bro.
Yeah, basically he's offering him, offering to take him to lunch, and basically it's an attempt to bribe him. We get a sense of right off the bat.
Oh yes, this is like a famous Hollywood scene, you know, like the slimy executive inviting you to a swanky lunch to lure you in and sign a deal with the devil.
Oh yeah, curse
Okay.
you, Vernon Masters!
Oh god.
Darn you to heck for killing Alex Murphy! Okay, anyway. So we go to Yosef, Yosefi the tailor?
Yosefi.
So we meet Yosefi the tailor.
Yes, yes.
And, basically they're getting I thought we were heading to lunch. No, we're getting suits first. You gotta get dolled up before you go to lunch.
But Jim, I thought it was lunch!
Who do you think the Bullock would be in that situation, don't we? Who do you think the Bullock would be?
Okay. Probably, I'd say Pepe.
Yes! That's what I
But
was
I thought it was lunch, okay?
Oh, God. Pepe
I
has
thought
to
we were
be
just
Bullock.
going to lunch.
Okay, let's see. So, let's see. Also, I love the fake Italian the fake Italian that Pache's using. Yeah, Giovanni Ribisi's.
Giovanni Ravisi.
What a...
That was funny, yeah.
Okay, let's see. So, that's basically they also meet a guest star, RuPaul. A surprising guest star, I must say. So we meet RuPaul in his Santa box. Well, his and or her. No, seriously, I think he actually said he responds to both.
Yeah.
Which
Don't worry about it.
I'm saying, well, RuPaul is sporting some Santa boxers, and he says, "Oh, you just been snapped." He gives kind of a sassy remark back to him, saying, "Well, it's Christmas all the time," or something along those lines.
No. He says, just because it's January doesn't mean that they stop being underpants. Snap.
Good on you, RuPaul. Good on you. Okay, so let's see. So they have our writing staff here has some reservations about you being away from the studio. Not supposed to be, because they always got to be there in case something ends writing wise. And their reservations are instantly quailed by fabric measurements and scars. Particularly Pepe's, and Pepe's.
Oh my God, Pepe! His reaction is just priceless.
So Pepe was really on the money this episode.
Oh, he was. I think he was. He, along with Uncle Deadly, but Deadly's never a surprise. But yeah. I think Pepe was kind of like the surprise breakout of the episode.
It was a lot better than his Burt Reynolds thing he had going on last episode.
Yes.
Anyways, because then only Deadpool can pull off the Burt Reynolds pose.
Of course.
So Al Capone's, he basically thinks he's Al Capone. Hey, look at me, I'm Al Capone's. Because he has the scarf and the hat on, which is...
Hey! Chicago! I actually don't know much about the guy. Is Al Capone even from Chicago?
Yeah, I think he's from Chicago. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I mean, I could be wrong. I'm vaguely from Chicago. Anyway, so let's see. So then they come up with the idea, like, they get a call from Kermit about where they are, and says, "Oh, tell them we're in a tunnel, a cashmere tunnel." Okay. Meanwhile, it's
just like, "Oh, that was a great joke. Write it down, yo."
So that's good, Patchy, right there. So he's kind of buttering him up like that.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think Patchy's delivery in general is pretty funny. How he just like over exaggerates everything and tries to talk like ultra hip and whatnot.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay, so Peggy meets Gwen in the aerial
contortionist.
Contortionist, thank you. I don't know what the aerial contortionist class. Peggy meets Gwen, who's a recently dumped dental hygienist.
Oh, hi, Gwen. Can I have 2 towels and a water, please?
And she misinterprets Gwen as waitress at first, but soon they vaguely hit it off before Peggy's efforts become too much.
Oh, I was hoping to meet someone just like you.
And then Deadly basically tries to get Peggy out of the situation before she scares this poor girl off. Okay,
I watch your show. Oh, of course you watch my show.
Let's see. So
don't think we can't be best friends. I'm a talk show host, and you're just a dental hygienist.
Okay, meanwhile, Kermit's looking for the writers.
Oh yeah.
He's tried the. I love this. This is the big cracks me up. He tried the. He tried calling the casino, the racetrack, and all of Dave and Buster's.
That would be a place that Gonzo, Rizzo, and Pepe wouldn't have it, I would imagine.
Yeah, the
let's go to the Dave and Buster's, okay?
I gotta tell you though, I would love to go to the racetrack with those three guys.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be awesome.
Meanwhile, Big Mean
It'd
Carl.
be like the best go-kart scene since Clerks 2.
No, not that racetrack. I mean, like the horse racing. The horse racing.
Oh, the horse race. Oh, I thought you meant like the Dave and Buster's go-karts.
No, I mean the race. You know, like
the actual horses. Okay, the actual races. I got you.
Okay.
Anyways,
so my game
we get some good
aside.
Big Mean Carl stuff.
Yes. Big Mean Carl had a funny bit here too when the Big Mean Carl says, "Well, I got some sketch ideas for you. I got some sketch ideas for you.
I play a hypnotist. Close your eyes.
You're getting very sleepy." Which that cracks me up is the idea. Big Mean Carl's a hypnotist.
Maybe Big Mean Carla could pull that off.
You're saying Big Mean Carl essentially is the Sam Kinison of the show for the Muppets, you know?
Right.
Okay, meanwhile, so Yolanda throws out an idea that does get paid off in the end. The fashion designer idea, bringing on like a guest fashion designer, making use makeshift clothing, and he points at the Sweetums. Look, he works at a car wash. Hey, I found this scarf in the green room left by John Mayer.
Oh, Sweetums, good old Sweetums.
Meanwhile, Zoot brings up, why don't we go to a Maui Four Seasons? He says, well, how is that going to help us? Well, those are saying good ideas. Zoot. Okay. Meanwhile, Piggy's in class, Deadly and Gloria Stefan, they're coaching essentially from the bottom, saying, "Turtle, Piggy, turtle." They basically have to be like, in your shell like a turtle. Like, let's see. So then we get suddenly Piggy inviting this poor Gwen girl into to Ibiza suddenly. The point is, it's a very sudden invitation. You just literally met her. I'm not saying it's like the whole you can't marry a man you just met thing, but I'm just saying though there's a grace period for his friendships to form.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So after the Ibiza sudden invite, he seems very desperate on Piggy. But again, she wants to make a lifelong friend before 3 o'clock. So you can understand why this is doomed to fail. And then you do actually feel a little bit of sympathy towards Piggy, though, because after they all drop down, they find partners. Poor Piggy, she has no partner. And
I can relate to this thing so much. I have been in this situation so many times in life. Oh my god. Okay, you know what my biggest dread in college is, BlueDragonFive?
Lab partner?
Yeah. You call it.
Yeah, I called it. Hooray.
Yep.
I didn't steal your thunder, did I?
No. That actually happened to me tonight, and I was like, son of a bitch. I am literally the only one here who doesn't have a partner. That's son of a bitch.
No Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. Anyways.
See, when there's a period breaking with Jesse Pinkman, wasn't by Walter White's side. Walter White's just walking around with sad Hulk music playing. Da, 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 da. He was drinking a soda that Stan Lee had drinking. Da, 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 da. Okay, moving on. Sorry, mini tangent. Back to this though. So again, poor Piggy. Not again because we like her now in this kind of retooled version of Muppets. We feel some sympathy for him. We also, what kind of drives the knife in even deeper is that, Janice is partnered up with Gwen. Gwen! No!
How dare you, Gwen? We've only known each other for 5 minutes!
Okay, so, oh yeah, this bit's hilarious. So Uncle Deli, he's swooping in for the save. He's got to know again. Uncle Deli's such a beautiful character. He notices that Piggy's in distress. She's feeling a little bummed out. She's feeling. Then Joe's trying to kind of boost her confidence here. And he pulls out the phone and says, "No, this is Piggy's personal time. She can't be bothered to go to the set. Who is this calling? Jeremy. Jeremy what?" Rosenstein. Oh, Jeremy Rosenstein. Are you saying what I got a fisticuffs? And Piggy, this is such a realistic bitch just going over and saying, yeah, well, all right, we're going.
All right, well, let's go, Deadly.
Basically realizing, I know you're trying here, but we're kind of done here. Let's go.
Yeah.
You want to take this to fisticuffs? Also, we should mention Gloria Stefan. She's in like this kind of like little baby bag, like like little things you carry the babies in.
Right.
It's like on Uncle Deadly, which I think is hilarious. Okay, moving on.
So we have the three writers coming in, and they slow-mo shot of them walking in with the suits.
Now you know what this is a reference to, don't you?
No, tell me.
Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, of course, yeah. Duh.
So they're playing the exact same music, and they're really well dressed.
Sure.
Like Reservoir Dogs, they're all wearing really nice black suits.
I like how they kind of reference that maybe it wasn't in slow motion because they're like, man, that took a long time to get through the parking lot.
Yeah, which Reservoir Dogs opens with them walking through the parking lot, so I'm pretty sure it's a reference.
Okay, fair enough.
Anyway, so Reservoir Dogs, we had the reference there leads. The song playing is Little Green Bag, by the way, in case you like the music.
Mm-hmm.
Then they realized, it took a really long time. There's the entrance. Then I love this. So first of all, I love that that Pepe's turned all mafia again. He's trying to channel his inner Al Capone. Just Gonzo's basically just trying to make the Pinkberry sketch work for all. We had an idea at lunch, this Pinkberry sketch, and after it said, Kermit says, "Oh, so he tried to bribe you then?"
So basically, that's the situation.
And Gonzo's trying to work in the gag just to try and make it sound natural. Like, well, yeah, I mean, we were just thinking. What if during the sketch, then we have the Pinkberry. He's basically just trying to work in a Pinkberry reference, and then the Pepe's not having it. Al Capone, so I was just like slapping him around. You snap out of it. What is wrong with you? Snap out of it. He's like slapping Gonzo on the nose. It cracked me up so much. But anyways, I love Gonzo. The way I'm not doing any.
Why do you have to say so many crazy things?
Look, I'm not doing any justice, but the way Gonzo just kind of works it in there so naturally just cracks me. The timing on that just really works for me. Okay, so after the why do I say so many crazy things? I don't know, she my dragging.
Oh God. Oh dear God. Oh, we need to see Pepe's. Oh man. I'm sure we've brought that up before, but anyways.
Okay, we have to see him auditioning for the I Love Lucy movie. For the Lucille Ball movie.
I want to be the Ricky Ricardo, kid.
I want to be the Desi Arnaz. Can I be the Desi Arnaz, please? I drive the Uber cab, so I can be a Desi Arnaz. I like the redheads. That
would actually be a really good way to get Kate Blanchett to guest star on this show.
I like the Blanchetts. I like the... Okay. I like the Carte Blanche.
Oh God.
Okay, so I'm trying to think where we are here. So okay, so snap out of it, and then basically they put the blame on Kermit. Well, Kermit, you don't have any faith in us. Says, well, look, I think you guys are great, so we can keep the suits, no suits, because it's against the policy. But a policy against bribery, also a policy against blackmail, arson, racketeering, which I thought was pretty funny. Okay, then Yolanda, she likes the suit.
Mm-hmm. Rizzo, he's just stuttering, so like, oh, a smooth talker.
Yep. And Kermit points out the obvious truth that, oh man, this is a real truth. I think we can all acknowledge.
Hold on, I think Pepe again has a great delivery. He's like, it is the suit that he is making us give back.
Kermit points out the obvious truth that suits make people look good. It's really hard to deny that. I mean, again, we mentioned Kermit.
This is a very well structured scene right here because it's just a little, it's a little cutaway camera with Kermit in his office, and he's talking about just relationships and how he hopes one lasts. And what do we see?
Yes, there's this lovely sad bit of where Kermit. As you said, Dave, with the transition there, you mentioned he's kind of like, it's good that they're finding, get some attention romantically with the suits, essentially. And then he walks in there, and we see laid on his office is a box that says Kermit's stuff, and it communicates that Denise has stopped by or had the stuff dropped off to Kermit, saying the relationship is terminated, it's over. And then Kermit has this sad thing where he walks in the office as it's kind of overlaid of like the message from earlier is kind of overlaid this realization. Is again the editor of this mockumentary is doing a good job for this scene. It's an excellent job for this scene. As Kermit's just walking in there, and as you see him like exploring the stuff, just looking really sad, you hear him say, "Well, it'd be nice for someone to have romantic luck."
Which I absolutely love that line because it's Kermit the Frog to a T. It's like he just wants to make people happy, you know, and he wants to see happiness in other people if he can't have happiness himself. And that's the beauty of Kermit.
And that's what's so beautiful about this, because on some level, you know, Kermit the Frog, the lovely Kermit the Frog, on some level, he's feeling less devastated for himself, but more devastated for the fact that he offered someone happiness, and he, because of through a fault of his own, he kind of took that away from someone else, someone he felt that he could have a future with, and just he kind of dangled that apple of hope in front of him, and just it's now he could basically took away someone's happiness, which is something Kermit the Frog does not.
Oh man, that's deep. That's deep.
It's that, but also it's like it's not just someone else's happiness. At the other level, of course, is the obvious, his own happiness. I mean, it's like someone who brings, so ideally, again, maybe not this show specifically, but every Kermit the Frog as a character on principle is someone who sacrifices his own happiness constantly for everyone else's happiness to again bring that happiness to everyone else, and he's just denied that for the benefit of everyone else, and showing that, exemplifying that in this one bit. After that discovery of like all of his stuff is just kind of laid on his desk, or his relationship's over, he has a change of heart because he then goes back out there, as we have some funny stuff going on with Gonzo. Again, they don't take the shoes off, then take the pants off. as they're filling around that, Kermit has a change of heart. He says, guys, on second thought, keep the suits again, and he just plays it off like, no, nothing's bothering him. He says, guys, I'm gonna be fun dad here, so keep the suits going. And then he says, and also, never not wear pants in the office. Mr.
Okay,
Naked,
Mr. Naked.
But really sweet. It kind of epitomizes Kermit the Frog, making other people happy. That's where he lives at. It kills him when he can't make that happen. Meanwhile, so after the really awesome sad bit there, I shouldn't say really awesome, really meaningful sad bit there, RuPaul makes a guest appearance on the show with the as the judge for the garbage bag fashion challenge. Pache is not pleased.
No.
Yeah, he's really not pleased.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Kermit the Frog is kind of like, again, kind of the cartoony antagonist, or like, again, not antagonist, but of the kind of like responding
to the
antagonist. Yeah, that's what it means. He's just like he's like gloating. Again, just Kermit the Frog gloating. No, we feel bad for him for that earlier scene. It's unfamiliar territory. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying, "Oh yes, well, I do love the way he delivers." Again, it's like kind of this weird feeling of like, "Oh man, it's new stuff," but it feels so different from Kermit the Frog. He has this bit where he says, "Oh yeah, well, when you took them to lunch, they got a different idea when they went to lunch with you. So thank you for your idea. Thanks.
We make a great team."
The way he says it, like so full of
so passive aggressively.
That's what I'm saying. That's the perfect word for it. Passive aggressive Kermit the Frog.
Right.
You really don't see that enough. Again, it's just uncharted territory. I can't say it's bad, but it feels dirty almost.
It's foreign.
It's like, oh man, passive aggressive Kermit the Frog. Wow.
All right.
Okay, so basically, our designers have had 30 minutes to construct a fashionable look, and our two designers come out. The first one from Sweden is the Swedish chef, looking very trendy in his sunglasses and his was it a beret?
Yes.
Or was it? That was just his fedora.
Yeah, great.
He's walking down. So the chef has taken Sweetums, and and he appears and wearing kind of a sweatsuit garbage bag look. He says, "Oh, it looks sickening. That means good." And, like RuPaul, he's covering up. He's not being like, "Oh, it's this disaster. I hate it." He's like, "No, this is sickening. It's like this is the new modern phrase."
I like RuPaul in this episode just because he's got a really good attitude about everything.
Yeah. I like that pleasant.
I don't know much about the guy other than he hosts like a reality show with drag queens. It's like, hey, that's whatever, man. That's cool. Do your own thing,
That's really all I knew about him. I've seen like the one picture where he has like a giant kind of afro on. That's pretty much all I knew, and the fact that he's hosts a drag queen show. But
I think he made a good impression here.
Yeah.
Just because of his positive attitude he had.
Yeah, I just liked how I love the way he hosted the whole fashion show. That's the main thing I got from RuPaul. Anyways, let's see. So RuPaul, he's hosting the thing here right now. So Sweetums, he also asked the Swiss chef if he was inspired by Kanye West's
his leather sweatpants, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna say any day of the week.
And Swedish chefs are just like, Jesus.
I was gonna say any day of the week, Sweetums pulls anything off better than Kanye West.
If you don't know, BlueDragonFive, Jesus is actually the name of Kanye West's latest album. Well, he has a new album that just came out, but the one before that is named Jesus.
Well, I thought that was like...
It is about Kanye West literally comparing himself to Jesus. That's literally the concept of the album.
I thought it's old news, though. He's always done that, hasn't he?
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
That guy's just a wackadoodle. That's what he is. Okay,
he's a wackadoodle, yes.
Meanwhile, Boo.
But some of his music is actually pretty good, which is the most perplexing thing about the whole thing.
Again, I've only ever liked him on his first 2 appearances on the Cleveland show. After that, it's not. Just how does this guy keep getting work? Just how?
Because he's a talented musician. He's just a wacky, crazy personality.
Ralph, let me say this real quick. Just listen to the body. Just kind of any last thoughts on Kanye West? I think Ralph Garman had the best quote ever about Kanye West on Hollywood Babylon. He mentioned, if he didn't have such nice shoes and nice clothing and everything, basically if he was just dressed like a homeless person, no one would think any different. Because he just sounds like a rambling homeless person many times.
Taylor, I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
Just put him in a ratty coat with a scarf and a little wool knit cap on it, and you have Kanye West as his actual. Just have homeless wacky guy on the street. Who can sing?
Beyonce had one of the best videos, y'all.
Okay, enough Kanye West bashing. Believe me, if you get on that bandwagon, we're not going to. We're going to go back to...
No, like I said, I'm actually defending his music. I think his music is damn good. It's just him as a person that's not good.
He's a crazy homeless guy. That's what he is. Crazy homeless guy in really nice shoes. Who can sing?
Anyways.
Let's see. So Bobo... is next. He's next up. He's the designer there, and he brings in the writers who are looking really snazzy in their suits. But then RuPaul says, "Oh, the suits."
Bobo's got that. He's got that line of, "Oh, I hope my army buddies aren't watching."
And again, look, this is where I fall in love with RuPaul in his little appearance here. It's just where he just says, "Oh, I mean, the suits look great." Again, so positive. "Oh, the suits look great, but where's the bags? Were there any bags used?" "Oh, yeah, there were. I mean, that's how we got the suits here. They were transported in bags."
Well, okay. You win.
Yeah, man, RuPaul's awesome.
Right.
Seems like such a pleasant guy.
That's what I'm saying.
And of course, there's no pink berry has been mentioned, which is taking Bache off.
Mm-hmm.
And it reveals, "Oh, you guys owe me for those suits." "Oh, well, Kermit says, "Oh yeah, well that's from the production. The production will pay from the wardrobe budget." So he hands him a check saying, "So here you go." He says,
"This is a great bit. You got to admit, out of all the Pache stuff, this is probably his greatest bit in the episode."
Feels like so real world Hollywood. He says, "I don't want your money.
I don't want your Muppet money."
Thank you for mentioning.
Oh my God! It would have been so great if he actually said, "I don't want your Muppet money." That's actually kind of a missed opportunity.
And then just Joseph Gordon-Levitt in the audience is a sigh of relief, like, "Phew." Then we just cut back randomly.
"That's right. I've got all the Muppet money."
Oh, God, I love Joseph Gordon. Give me that Muppet money.
Muppet money will be on the show by the end of the season. All right.
Well, you know, the clock's running down, Tiki. The
I
clock's running
know. We've
down.
got 3 weeks left.
Anyway,
It'll come through.
so Muppet money aside, I don't want your money. He just takes it. He just casually
He just takes a check.
takes it. Okay, meanwhile, okay, let's see. So we get a kind of our hearts starting to come back here. So after the, so I'm just trying to think what the. Oh yeah, right. So there are 3 writers that are saying, "Oh yeah, you can't buy our loyalty, and we do anything for him, especially since he bought us our suits." It's just kind of a funny, counterproductive message.
Then they're on a commercial break, and everyone's being chummy with each other, except Piggy's kind of feeling left out again.
Oh, this bit's really sweet. Oh my God, Uncle Dick. Give him an Emmy. Just let him touch Bryan Cranston's Emmy. Just let him rub up against it. You know, just let him bask in it. Just give him some basking time with the Emmy. I think it's all we really need to cure world hunger. You know,
just have Uncle Ted leave the room with Bryan Cranston's Emmy collection for like 5 minutes just to do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, that's really all you need to cure any disease. You just need to bask in Bryan Cranston's Emmy. It's like, oh, you need the cure for, you need the solution for world hunger. You know, it's like send some Ethiopian children in Bryan Cranston's Emmy room and see what happens.
Yeah, everyone knows that. I mean, come on, that's just common knowledge.
Oh, seriously, we love Bryan Cranston on this channel. But moving on back to this, so Deadly, as you mentioned, Deadly notices Piggy's bummed out. And he's rushing towards him. It's such a beautiful moment again. Cranston basking, Emmy basking worthy. Piggy says, would you like to deliver some of it?
Oh, hold on. Let me find it in my notes. I'm sorry.
Are you really that?
No, I'm not lost. I'm just, Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Deadly, am I really that hard to like?
You're not easy, but any friend worth having wouldn't want you to be. They'd want you to be you.
Oh.
And maybe you have that friend already.
Oh, God. This bit cracked me up. I love this.
And maybe he's right in front of you. And then she just turns and says, Sweetums, oh no, what was the
I can't be friends with him. He lives all the way out in Garden Grove.
You think Garden Grove's far from Miss Piggy?
No. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, I actually think Garden Grove is the shopping and dining complex that's right across the street from Disneyland. So I think Anaheim is basically the suburbs of Los Angeles. So it's about 50 miles away from Los Angeles, something like that.
It'd be kind of funny if like Sweetums commuted to the Muppet Vision so he could actually appear in it.
Oh God! Oh, that's a great connection. I love it. Except unfortunately, a fucking Frozen sing-along is in Muppet Vision right now, but I hope that goes.
It'd be funny if like Sweetums didn't get the memo. He's busted into that attraction like wearing a parka or something, saying,
I'm looking for a bunny.
And Olaf's just looking at him. He doesn't say anything. He's looking at him. He's looking like he's off script. He's like looking at him. He's looking back and forth like,
Okay, no. Wouldn't it be the greatest thing ever if this show addressed like Sweetums having a side job at Muppet Vision?
That I would love that so much.
That would be just the greatest fourth wall break of all time. That would be amazing.
Right. Okay, so.
But I've got to help find the bunny every performance, guys. I'm a busy man.
Okay. So back to this. So after the Sweetums line, we have the musical guest Ingrid Michaelson.
Sure, let's go with that.
I think it's Michelson.
Yeah,
that sounds okay.
I think you're right.
Ingrid Michaelson is a really talented singer. I know nothing about this one, but I think her singing is very lovely. Piggy discovers as she's singing the song, Deadly, who's there for you, and Deadly is Piggy's, right-hand man, really.
Of course he is. Of course.
I mean, he's there. He's on top of things. I got to commend Deadly. Deadly is always just kind of the Aryan Muppet, so to speak. He's top of the line. He exemplifies what you want from the co-host, not a co-host, but a assistant.
For sure.
He's just at the top of that list there, and he's like the cue cards. He's like leading with the fingers through the thing just to show like the bouncing ball, so to speak. He's like, Turtle, turtle. And again, Piggy also, lovely singing from Piggy in this duet, by the way.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And through the course of it, the whole song's about kind of a friendship going on, and Piggy discovers that Deadly's always there for her, and Deadly is her friend. And I didn't care for this gag though. This gag I thought was a little silly. It basically didn't make. It was kind of out of nowhere. It's like they could have lost this, but after Piggy makes the realization, which is great, the realization is like, oh, I can't believe I didn't realize it. Deadly is my friend.
I actually really like this gag. This gag made me.
Deadly was my one true friend, which kind of makes me.
Do you realize that? I mean, what is he? Is he drunk?
I didn't like the drunk gag. It's not that I don't approve of it. It's just like, I can't.
You know why I like it is because like they've already kind of alluded to Uncle Deadly being into alcohol as it is. So
yeah, I mean, that's one thing, but then her she's drinking too. It makes the gag reads that she's a lush, which
there's the old familiar bird.
That's the thing. I mean, her drinking though just doesn't really make much sense. I don't know.
No, it's not implying that she's drinking. It's implying that Uncle Deadly is drinking.
But yeah, but she's drinking the wine during the thing though.
Okay, well,
that's what I'm saying.
Come on, give Piggy a break. She can let loose. Come on.
Yeah, it's just saying. It's like suggesting that she's the avid drinker, and it hasn't really read that way up to this point at all.
Yeah, I know. I'm not just saying, just having I don't know. I think you're reading too much into that one. Just the fact that she's having a drink.
Look, all I'm saying is, like, of their jokes.
I think, if anything, they've applied that Uncle Deadly is more of an alcoholic than she is.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But, well, he's not an alcoholic. He celebrates.
I enjoy a tall one at the end of the day.
That's the thing. I mean, we gotta mention that it's not a Deadly's a lush. It's that he's a kind of
a connoisseur.
He's a seasoned drinker.
Right.
No, he sampled a little bit of everything. I think Vince Gilligan said it best of anything really. Okay, let's see. So. Yeah, it was a bad Vince Gilligan quote. I'm sorry, but there was like commentary. He just mentioned.
I'd love to see Uncle Deadly do a Los Polos Hermanos commercial.
Oh my god, that'd be so great! But on to this.
Just one taste, and you will know.
So, like, can you imagine Uncle Deadly and Jonathan Banks having a scene together?
I want to see that on Better Call Saul. I mean, come on, get a crossover going.
I think the world would crack from the sheer awesomeness of
Uncle Deadly just crossing over onto Better Call Saul.
No, but here's the thing. I'm saying, Tiki, I'm throwing this out there. I'm not saying as Mike Ehrmantraut. I'm not saying as on Better Call Saul. I'm just saying, what if you had a genuinely dramatic, serious scene with Jonathan Banks playing to Uncle Deadly?
Yeah, totally.
I'm saying you have essentially what it is, a submission for an honest to goodness Emmy, an Emmy-winning scene between these two.
Oh God.
Okay. Anyway, so acting aside, we're back to what Deadly's doing after the show. So he ends up having to fill in for his leading quote unquote lady, because remember it's just reverse gender. So now he's filling in for I want to say Alicia Silverstone. I would like to say Alicia.
I think you're right. I'm like 90% sure that you're right. Like that was the movie that Alicia Silverstone broke out in, and then it's like, hey, she should be Batgirl.
Yeah, that'd be the only way you can make that movie a little bit better, if Uncle Deadly portrayed Batgirl in that movie.
Oh God. What if they did a gender reverse version of Batman and Robin, and Uncle Deadly played Poison Ivy?
Uncle Deadly. Sorry, so Uncle Alfred, it's me.
Oh God.
It's me, Barbara.
I'm sorry. That broke me. Oh man.
What if I enter in pig?
No. You have to stop. That's too much. That's too much. God. Seriously, we're never going to be able to get through this if you keep doing it. Oh no. Anyways.
I'm good with computers.
No, shut up. Seriously.
I can read them upside down.
Oh, you're evil.
What if they put me into a wheelchair?
Oh, God. Oh, no.
You know, I'm not sure I need this accurate helmet. Maybe I should go with a domino mask and
All
some
right.
really close-up shots.
I'm really thinking we could do like full-on comedy podcasts, just doing the Uncle Deadly voice at this point. Anyways,
Freeze well and feel the burn.
okay. I'm
Okay.
just,
So before
I'm
I
just gonna pretend that little tangent didn't happen, and we'll move on.
So before I kill Tiki with laughter, we're gonna continue.
Thank you.
But I could. Remember
You
that.
could. Oh, Normie! Oh, you're so adorable, Normie! I wanted to feed you up. Nom, 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 nom.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh, hello, Kermit Romero. All right. All right. That was my revenge. That was my revenge.
Don't make me break you.
Oh dear God.
Okay. Back to okay, we're almost done. So anyway, so Dudley's pulling in for Alicia Silverstone. And then this is a lovely moment though. Back to the seriousness here. So Dudley, he's expecting a low crowds, throwing it into. He's a constant professional, just filming like a director. Some on rare occasions will do in the theater, when it happens.
Oh.
He's filling in for me. Just been okay. I'm just doing because I like the thing. I'm just going to fill in to appease the 3 diehard fans we do have showing up. But no, it's the full staff of uploading this Piggy, and they're there, and Piggy and Kermit really close to the front row, and they're right there. And just Deadly has this moment where he stalls, and it's just like he's catching his breath almost like.
Oh yeah.
Like before he delivers his physical, he's all passionate. He's a consummate actor. He's about to say his first line with vigor. But then he just stops for a second because he's like, people came for me.
Oh man, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
And then what's the only way he doesn't say that. But what's so great is like Piggy just looks at him with this wonderful, in the expressions on his face, he just looks at him with this like turtle. The way she says turtle, it feels like you said this to me and you were there for me and I'm here for you.
Right.
And then you have this moment where Kermit's commending Miss Piggy on the oh man, you were there for her. That's really nice what you did there. And Deadly he's not having any of that. At his stage production, Dion's about to have a very serious car accident, so pay attention.
Oh god.
And Alfred's about to die of McGregor syndrome. Don't lose focus.
All right.
My father was supposed to be James Gordon, but that didn't pan out because Pat Hingle was very incompetent in the role. Again, I gotta tell you, Uncle Deadly as Gordon in the Schumacher films would have been so fantastic.
That would work. Yeah, that would work. I mean, you got to remember that Gordon in all of the Batman movies was a big, complete fuck up of a character.
Well, in the original, not the Nolan ones. Nolan ones are just great.
Oh no, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm saying the '90s movies, the Pat Hingle version. That was just a big getting the character wrong entirely. That was one step short of sewing Deadpool's mouth shut.
Yep, and we're on point because Pat Hingle did appear in Muppets from Space, so it's relevant.
And he was the narrator of The Land Before Time.
Yes. I'm not too old for you.
Oh God.
I saw the signal in the sky, so I was sleeping here late at night in my pajamas, just waiting to be useful. Okay. So my Gordon anger aside, let's move on. So basically after that really sweet, heartfelt moment, followed by hilarious Deadly shouting, we're at our kind of post-credit bit where Pepe is having a suit sketch going on, mentioning that he does impressions of people wearing suits. Have you ever? You take us through these.
Okay. So this is a stressed out businessman, a stressed out single father. I buy, sell. I have a second family. Okay. Oh look, I am Michael Keaton from the Mr. Mom. Okay.
Well, we also get
before
an
he lost
accountant.
His job.
We get an accountant. We get something about a dress. We get Diane Keaton was one of my favorites. He loves Keatons. He says, "Oh look at me, I'm Diane Keaton."
I'm Diane Keaton. I'm in a dress. Okay.
And then he says, "Michael Keaton from Mr. I'm Michael Keaton from Mr. Mom."
Oh, I hope you don't lose my job. Oh, I just lost my job.
Oh, I don't have to vacuum. And then, of course, we have this one was really clever. I thought this one's a little classy, non-offensive.
This was great. I would never have thought that fucking Pepe the Prawn would do a spot-on Barack Obama impression?
One, it's spot on. Two, it's so I love how non-offensive. I think Barack Obama would actually love this bit.
I think so. I think so.
I would love to see a reaction video by Barack Obama on this bit. Seriously, imagine how many hits that would get on a video. Just like people saw the honest to goodness Barack Obama, not our beloved Key and Peele doing a shtick on it.
Key and Peele.
I mean, genuinely, Barack Obama's reacting. Imagine how many views that would get just there.
And you're right. It would just him being like, that's clever.
Yeah. Either that or Barack Obama in a Spider-Man costume, whichever.
Oh, God.
So
Pepe is just like, I am the Barack Obama, okay? Because I can get whatever I want, okay? Because
basically he says, I am Barack Obama, I can have whatever I want for dinner. So I love that because he has it's either one of his many arms or his feet are like somehow laid up on there, so he can have the Obama ears. And that's what kind of sells the impression. Like, oh man, he does look kind of like Obama vaguely. You know?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's the episode.
That's it. I got to admit, talking through the episode, I don't have as negative a reaction I did as I first did. I think the Camilla thing was kind of the big looming factor over it. I mean, what are the things about this episode did you think were honestly bad?
I'm still really mixed on the Pache stuff. But regardless of if he's a problem or not, I'll tell you what the problem is though. It's that just the story, it's not strong enough. It's very weak plot. Piggy stuff was good, but here's the issue. Again, in concept, some of these are good. Like we get great comedic bits out of all the suit stuff with our guys,
which I think is pretty much the case of the whole series, even the weaker episodes.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll tell you what. It's like breaking each of our stories have an issue of some kind, except for the Kermit's Denise thing was great. Kermit's Denise thing was genuine emotion. That was great. The suit comedy we got was great, and the Uncle Deadly Piggy stuff was great, but the details leading us into those bits were really weak and really not strong. Like for the biggest one, for example, would be like I shouldn't say biggest, but like one of the first off, Piggy's stories. Like, okay, well, Piggy needs to find friend. It's really kind of a weak sauce for a story. Now
that is a weak sauce story, especially considering didn't we just go over this in the Ed Helms episode?
Yeah, it's like
that's what I'm saying.
Like Piggy looking for her friends a little late in the game to do something like that, And again, like the forceful thing with her and Gwen. I mean, it's kind of funny. Like also when you really harshly examine it, it's like, yeah, it's a little weak sauce. Just okay, she's just kind of bothering this poor girl. Again, because the thing they're balancing is like the obvious answer staring her in the face with Deadly, but again, what we're getting with that is great though. So that's the thing. We can't really complain too much about that.
Sure.
Kermit stuff, of course, is strong. The Pache stuff, because we're kind of it's a little iffy on Pache, but regardless, though, it's just the idea that okay, our writers are distracted momentarily for getting suits and being swayed by this guy. We know it's not going to happen. They're not going to be swayed by him. So, I mean, just the premise for that story is weak, but we get good comedy out of it. It's usually it's an unbalanced thing with each of these stories.
And I honestly am kind of a defender of Pache. I do think his delivery is pretty spot on in terms of just being this uber slimy Hollywood executive who just talks in a super kind of like try-hard, trendy way. I mean, I get what they're going for with the character, and most of the time I think his humor lands. I can understand why people are turned off by him, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, too. I love the concept. Again, love what he represents, and again, we're supposed to not really like him. That's the idea. And
he is the big villain for the second half of the season, so yeah.
That's the idea. You know what I think it might be? I feel like it's like his comeuppance isn't satisfying enough. Maybe that's it.
Well, we don't know what the comeuppance is going to be, though, ultimately. I mean...
I know, because if it's like a weekly battle, like the small comeuppance in this case was that, okay, well, they get away with there. But I'll tell you what it is, Dave. I think I just figured it out. It's repetitiveness. It's that, okay, well, the ultimate solution is the same thing every time. That, okay, well, they get the bit on the air.
That's very true. That's
where they're losing. That's what it is. They're losing steam on that. That's what's kind of got me down.
It's not really very high stakes.
That's it. That has to be the reason. I couldn't describe it. It's like, he just mixed in terms like, well, we're supposed to
No,
not
I hear
like
you.
it. That's the reason. It's just it's a box storytelling with this guy. It's like, okay, he says, hey, let's do this idea, and at the end, it's like, nah, we didn't do that idea.
Mm-hmm.
That's the issue.
Okay.
So
let's move on to some quick speculation. I think next week's going to be a big one, BlueDragonFive.
Yeah. So,
I am very excited about next week, actually.
What's next week?
We get the return of Camilla, which is probably the episode we were supposed to get this week.
Wait, are we sure Camilla's coming?
I'm sure Camilla's coming back, yeah.
What's the episode called?
It's called Little Green Lie.
I'm very frightened by that title, by the way.
Big thing, though. Big thing. If you haven't heard. Return of Robin. Yeah. Robin's coming. Robin's coming.
Okay, I'm a little less afraid of the title.
Right?
Now. I know it's that green. All right.
So Robin will be in the mix. That is big. That is big. So I'm hoping between Camilla and Robin, they make this kind of like an obscure side character centric episode.
That'll be great.
Okay, so and then the next two episodes are generally inhospitable, and then I still love the name of the finales just because love.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing though, there'll be a big telling moment in the next episode whether it was out of order or not. We're gonna find that out where it picks up at in the episode.
Oh, that's very true. That's very true.
But we'll have our answer.
If it picks up immediately at the party, then yeah.
Either immediately at the party or like the next day after the party, like directly sitting after the next day. Then we'll know for sure that it was out of order. Otherwise, it's going to be, well, that's just really sloppily told.
Yeah, because I mean, as of now, it's like I honestly don't have that many complaints. I don't think this episode is like one of the strongest of the season. Having talked it through, I think it's just kind of middle of the road. Like it's certainly not as strong as like going Gonzo or an episode like that. But
I'm close to being ambivalent on this one because I like certain parts of it. That's the reason I can't say I'm ambivalent because I do care a little bit. I love the good bits in this. Deadly as always is great and there's a lot of
of course.
Because Deadly's always great. He has a meaty part in this episode, which makes it more like I can't really turn this episode away. I love the Deadly stuff. And we get some good heartfelt stuff. Like, me, I told you this show is kind of a factor of three things from the first episode. It's it's the heart. It's kind of the new Muppetry, which again, Miss Piggy's Muppetry has been very impressive. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to think what the third thing was. I guess the old school Muppet feeling. That was it.
Sure.
A bit of that. Which we got with the opening way back when. But yeah, it was basically those three things. But let me tell you, here's my fears, though. Okay, I want to address the reality. So I think this really fed into my fear after this episode at first, then with the whole Camilla thing, without realizing it might have been out of order. I gotta tell you, I still have concerns for the show, regardless of this was not a wise decision on their part for spacing these episodes out. I think it's what's going to kill them, Tiki. I kid you not.
You think because Camilla was one of those things that actually kind of got people buzzing on social media, and then nothing.
Because think about how impactful this could be to you, the fact that they aired these out of order, that something that was designed specifically to keep people coming back. They come back and they find out, okay, well, they're not addressing any of this. It seems like they don't care on some level.
That's exactly what I thought at first. I was like, it just feels like they swept it under the rug. I mean, we usually don't discuss these episodes before we go on air, but I got to tell you, last night I just straight up sent you a message. I was like, oh my God, I'm so frustrated that the Camilla thing wasn't mentioned.
By the way, thanks for saying that to me before I watched the episode.
Oh, really?
Well, luckily I blocked it out. I just saw like a bit of Camilla in there.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad now.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Well, I can't really be mad because she wasn't in the episode, so.
Right. Aw.
Regardless.
I will keep that in mind going forward.
If you spoil any Gotham for me, I will eviscerate you.
Okay, very, very, yeah. That is mentally noted.
Okay.
Also, one quick thing. I know this is like very like out of left field and kind of a random thing to end on, but the puppetry of Piggy when she's doing the silk contortioning is very, very impressive.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just I always love like impressive practical puppetry.
Well, that's why I told you. It's one of the big three elements of the show.
Sure, sure.
But again, let me just say, in terms of the future of the show, I'm really worried that it's not going to be back next year because they're doing things like this are happening. That's really these 6 episodes are their big. Really, if they don't sell these 6 episodes, it's not going to go well. Right now, the first one was a step in the right direction. Second one was kind of it was just like still standing still. Here, it's like it's like kind of leaning backwards, but it's well, with the Camilla thing, I should say it's a definite step backwards. With the Camilla, with being out of order, it takes a whole full step backwards.
Yeah, and it's just very sloppy. And I mean, I'm sure if it was aired out of order, which honestly at this point I can't really think of any reason why it's not, because Camilla is coming back next week. As we said, we'll kind of like look towards what scene Camilla appears in. I mean, if it's, you got to admit, like if it's like a week later and Gonzo and Camilla are already established to have been like slightly back together at this point and it just wasn't seen this week, then maybe that's a different story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the point is that regardless, that's still them. Even the way they aired it currently, it's just still dropping the ball. Of like,
I know it is dropping the ball for sure.
Again, I'm really worried for them. They only have 3 episodes left. They have to make them
I
really good.
I was so stoked. I was so excited. Like I came back from a long day of being on campus. You know, I came back about 10 o'clock at night, and I was like, wait, there's no Camilla stuff? Like, they're not even addressing it?
Yeah, I was looking forward to that too, you know?
Uh-huh. I mean, I was peeved with BlueDragonFive. I actually kind of went on a bit of a social media rant. Like, I went on Facebook. I went on WDW Magic and posted their thread. I mean, I was kind of peeved about the whole thing.
I mean, what I thought initially when I saw the message, I thought it was just, like, okay, well, not in the episode. They're just going to pick up that next week, which I'm not happy about. But then the fact that when I was watching the episode, I saw Gonzo appear, like, oh.
That's exactly what bothered me about it. If Gonzo was just straight up not in the episode, it would have been annoying from a pace point of view, but it would have been fine in terms of like, okay, Gonzo's off doing his own thing. We'll deal with it next week. You know what I mean?
Yep. Okay. But anyway, just to kind of summarize our last points, we're kind of starting the back trail. But
yeah, we are.
The last thing though, I'm just saying these 3 episodes have to be of the quality of again, probably the best episodes of the series were 9 and 10 were the best episodes of the series.
Going Gonzo and then the Christmas one.
Yeah.
For sure, I agree.
They have to go back to that quality for these next 3, which again, the next one sounds like very hopeful they're going to be going that direction.
I am very stoked for Robin, for sure.
Again, the 2 that so far I have confidence in, or again, well, at least I had more confidence in, assuming the out of order thing. But the point is, next episode and the last episode sound like they have kind of the best chance of kind of being a good one.
Well, and I mean, we don't know about the other one. Let me look it up. It's called Generally Inhospitable. I mean, we don't know much about that. It could be good too. Like I said, we already kind of made that comparison that it could be like the return of the animal hospital thing.
Yeah, plus, I mean, this next episode too, the lie in the title still is a little flag, a green lie. I mean, if it's Robin,
but I have a feeling that Robin's going to be involved in it though.
I'm saying, before I heard the Robin thing, I was really worried about that title, thinking it was going to be like Current being unsavory. But if it's like Robin coming back for some reason, that could be interesting.
Like if it's Robin coming back and he lies about why he's back or something like that.
Yeah, that would work.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, well, we shouldn't say work because we don't know how it's going to go. But yeah, regardless, I'm just saying these next 3 have to be really good, or else the show, I will guarantee you, will not be back if these 3 aren't.
Yeah, and I don't think it's. Let me check the ratings. I don't think it's been doing well ratings wise at all.
That's the thing, you know.
Shit, they haven't been charting it since it came back, so that's unfortunate. It's not on Wikipedia, but it's been pulling in almost like 4 million viewers a week when it was on in the fall, which isn't bad. I honestly have no idea how well it's doing in terms of since it came back.
And I'll tell you what they should do if the worst happens. What they should do if they want to keep the Muppets alive and keep
Netflix.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, that's the point. Netflix. Plus, I hear there might be some huge shakeups happening in Netflix soon, and that would definitely be some area they can capitalize on. But yeah.
Right. All right. Well, we should probably end this before we get just into a rambling tirade. So
okay.
All right. So that'll do it for this week, folks. Until we return to talk about the Muppet Show. Again! Yeah! All right. Close your eyes. You're getting very sleepy.